is cold calling leads live. All right.
You good?
Technically warm calling, right? Technically warm calling leads live. And I'm going to be utilizing the same script that I teach in my community, the same script that I show my team, the same script that I share with you guys publicly. And we've done this challenge before where we have called leads live. We did it for 30 days. We set the goal of doing six figures in 30 days. We ended up closing $180,000 worth of business in 30 days. And we extended it to 60 days to $250,000 in 60 days. We didn't hit that goal, but we did do some major damage. Actually, I'm lying. We set the goal for six figures in 30 days. We hit that goal. We set the goal for $250,000 in 60 days, and we ended up falling short of that goal and only generating a little over $180,000. But nevertheless, we had a great time, and we're running it back again. All right. So with that said, y'all, I need for those of you who are tuning in live, those of you who are engaged with me, I want to know, where are you from? What city? What state? So I can shout you out and show you some love. All right, we're live on all platforms, so I got to show love to all the different angles. I got cameras on cameras on cameras. What's good, everybody? Q, I don't know what camera to look at. Hey, but before I get started, I'm pulling up my script right now. Those of you who if you're curious, no matter how long I've been cold calling, and I've been cold calling for cold and warm calling for years, since about 2017, I still keep a script in front of me. Not because I'm gonna always have to follow it exactly, but I use it as a reference, as a skeleton. You know what I mean? And so don't be afraid to use your script. And by the way, anybody who says you don't need a script in business, they're thinking very short term, because, to have a sales process is crucial to running a business, a B quadrant business. All right. With that said, I'm pulling up the leads right now, y'all. I know y'all are here for one thing and one thing only, and that's to get to this, for us to get to these calls, for us to get to this action. All right. But in the comments, I want to know, what city, what state are you in, so I can show you some love. Bro, Samantha's coming into our office today.
Yeah.
Um, uh, can you have her bring us food? I mean,
She's bringing us food.
she's bringing us food. What kind of food is she bringing us?
I will let her know that we want the best food.
He says the best food. All right. All right, y'all. I'm about to start making calls right now. I'm over here live and I didn't even know, man. Live and I didn't even know, man. All right, bet. Here we go. Okay, before we start making the calls, I promised that I would do this as a ritual. Again, we're going to be going live every single day, Monday through Friday, locking up deals. And what I wanted to mention, just as a ritual, is these are the metrics that you need to be doing in your wholesaling business if you want to gain traction right off the bat. Okay. And it is, number one, we want to be having 30 conversations a day. 30 conversations a day. What qualifies as a conversation? A conversation is if somebody picks up the phone and they answer and it's the correct number. If it's the correct number, all right, we consider that a conversation. 30 conversations a day. And by the way, I'm giving you the bare minimum if you want to see traction in your business over a 90-day period. Okay. All right. 30 conversations a day. Number two is we want to be generating an average in our business 3 to 5 leads a day. 3 to 5 leads a day. 3 to 5 leads. What qualifies as a lead? A lead is somebody who raises their hand and expresses interest in selling. Yes, I'm interested in selling. Aaron, what if the person wants more than what I'm willing to pay? Is that still a lead? Absolutely. That's why we have what's called a lead to contract ratio, because not every lead that qualifies as a lead is going to turn into a contract. But if you do something enough times, then a ratio appears. Okay. And then finally, I want you generating at least 3 to 5 offers a day. An offer can take the form of a verbal offer, giving them a price. It can take the form of a written offer. It could take the form of texting it. It can be the form of emailing the number. But as long as you're giving them an offer on what you're willing to purchase this property for, or go under contract purchasing this property for, then we consider that an offer, and we want to generate a minimum of 3 to 5 offers a day. If you follow these three metrics that I just showed you right now, you should be able to generate 2 contracts a month. Now, why is that significant? Because the average wholesaler only closes and funds 50% of the deals that he contracts. The average rookie wholesaler only closes and funds about 50% of the contracts that he signs. So if I want you generating 2 contracts a month so that we can guarantee that you'll be at scale closing at least one a month. Now, the average deal size is anywhere from $12,000 to $15,000, meaning that if we're generating $12,000 a month times 12, that's $144,000 a month. Now, why is this significant? This is significant because top 10% income earners in the United States of America as of 2021, as of 2022, top 10% income earners in the United States of America generate a minimum of $140,000 a year. So I just gave you the formula, the metrics, the bare minimum metrics with a very low ad spend and overhead to jump into this business and become a top 10% income earner in one of the richest countries in the world in your first 12 months. All right. With that said, I don't want to be here just preaching the whole time, man. I want to be here making calls. So, guys, engage with me. Talk with me. Let me know what city you're in. That way I can show you guys some love. What state? What's up, Andrew? No, Andrew is one of my investors. Love that guy to death. Omar Nofal was good. Edgar, Mike Jackson, Royce C. Terrence was good. He says, "What's up, brother? I'm back for more. Let's go. Send me good vibes, y'all. I'm trying to lock up deals live." All right. Hey, I don't know if y'all can hear the music in the back, but it's vibey in the studio today. Heavy vibes. I think Jack Ma is our DJ right now, and my guy has vibes. He always has vibes, but today is like vibey. If y'all have never been to the IP production studios, Infinite Production studio, it's a really, really cool setup that they have here. And there's like windows that line the entire outer wall of the office. Super, super dope. All right. I'm going into my next call. I'm going into my first call, I should say. Let's do this. Yeah, let's do this thing.
This is Ed. I'm not in right now, but if you tell me your name and number, and I'll call you back as soon as I can. Thank you.
At the tone, please record your message.
All right, let's go ahead and double tap them and see if we can make something happen.
Well, this is Ed. I'm not in right now, but if you tell me your name and number, and I'll call you.
Okay, he forwarded it. I'm just gonna make a note of that, and then I'm gonna keep it moving. I have a whole lot of leads to call, so I'm only gonna double tap. Normally we would triple tap. Should I triple tap? Let me triple tap. I'm gonna feel like a punk if I only double tap. I'm gonna call him back.
I'm gonna share this vibe in RJ's group.
Well, this is Ed. I'm not in right
Okay,
now.
he
but
didn't
if you tell
answer.
me your
He
name and
didn't
number,
answer.
and I'll call you back as soon as I can. Thank you.
At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
Hey there, this is Aaron. I was calling about the property there on Dunthorpe Lane. Just want to see if you had considered selling it. If so, I might be interested in buying it. Feel free to call me back. All right, have a blessed day. Bye. Normally, I would give my number, but I'm on multiple platforms publicly right now. So I don't want to give my number because some folks be weird, if I'm being all the way honest. Also, Q, if anybody asks questions,
Bro, it's popping. It's already at 46 people watching.
what? Yo, just so y'all know, if you're watching this on any platforms, no, just know that you're not the only platform that's watching this. But engage with us because I want to answer your questions. I also want to talk to you in between time. You have my attention. So, well, if I'm in a conversation, I'd love to be answering you guys' questions. If you have any questions about real estate, business, entrepreneurship, we out here very heavy.
I'm sorry, but the person you called has a voicemail box that has not been set up yet.
Whack. All right, I'm calling the next one. Come on, man. I need something nice. I want to talk to somebody. Come on, universe, send me something powerful. I want to lock up a six-figure deal. Six-figure deal. Come on. Send me good vibes, y'all. I got enemies, got a lot of enemies, got a lot of people trying to drain me of my
Your call
energy.
has been forwarded to an
Trying to take away from a.
104152.
I pray for you.
18 is not available. At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
Hey Zanka, this is Aaron. I was calling about the property there on Eisenhower Road. Just wanted to see if you had thought about selling it. If so, definitely feel free to call me back. I hope all is well and hopefully we can talk soon. Bye. If I leave a voicemail, they're gonna have the number. So I'm not gonna leave my number here because again, some of y'all that be watching, y'all be creepy, yeah. Y'all be creepy, yeah. Y'all be creepy, yeah. Some of y'all be creepy, yeah. All right, on to the next one. I'm trying to lock up a deal, man. I'm hyped. I'm not gonna lie. I'm hyped about this challenge. How long do y'all think I'm gonna have to cold call before I lock up a deal, y'all? How many days? Hey, Raymond.
Oh, hello?
Hey, Raymond.
No, wait a minute.
Okay, thank you.
They're probably trying to sell some property or something because it was like meeting number 8. Hello?
Hey, Raymond.
Yes, sir.
Hey, it's Aaron.
Aaron?
Yes, sir. I was calling about the property on Roosevelt Ave.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yes, sir. I just wanted to see if you were still interested in selling. I might be interested in buying it.
Yeah. I'm getting up there in years. I'm 69 years old. I'm ready to retire. You got the energy?
I do. Yes, sir.
You gonna keep it as a bar? Or you gonna? Well, it's none of my business. I don't care. But what's your plans anyway?
Well, I was hoping to turn it into a strip club, to be honest.
Well, it don't matter. Yeah, you don't got no competition to this side of town. Can you come by tonight and we'll talk about it?
I mean, I'd definitely be open to it. Right now, I'm in the office. I was making calls. Well, I'm excited that you're open. Do you have a couple minutes to just go over some details, and then we can coordinate something where I can go over there?
Okay.
Right now, are there any tenants that are in the property, or is it vacant?
No. I'm running Strokers. Strokers is open. Now the office is that little part of the office. Have you ever toured there, Aaron?
No, sir. I've only seen the outside of it.
Okay, with Strokers, I'm running Strokers.
Okay.
The outside, no, there's an office and a kitchen. The office is being rented right now. But it's month by month. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Because I haven't got it on the market.
The
other part was a cafe in the house, or they rented that part. I think he opened up a repair shop or something. But I ran them off because they, what do you call it? They were doing half payments, no payments, and stuff like that. You know, and very messy.
Okay.
And the house, I don't want to rent the house right now. That's empty. And no, I get a shitload of offers for both of them. But that would be up to you. You could either make it bigger or make the other part maybe a private club. You know what I mean? A private section.
Sure.
And the house, I didn't want to rent it anymore because people tear it up, Aaron. They don't take care of it.
Sure.
But I mean, I think it'd be a good spot for you and America. You know what I used to use it for before?
What's that?
If I got too drunk, I just crawled on the back and go to sleep. I kept the water going and the AC, but I cut them off now. But I used to have the water and the AC going. But it's a nice little house for emergencies. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
But it's up to you. It's yours. You can rent it through. When I had it renting, I was getting $2,000 for the back room.
Okay.
And the house. That's what they were paying me, $2,000.
Okay.
The office right now is just $5,000. But that's up to you. It's going to be yours. And then I got a silk screen. I got to move his out of the other side. But it's all ready to go. I mean, everything. The Strokers is operating. If you go today, you'll see how crowded it gets.
Let me ask you this: Strokers, are you selling just the building, or are you selling the business as well?
The business as well. That's why I said I want you to see it.
Understood.
If you go in tonight, you'll see the monies it makes.
Okay.
But it's like I say, it makes good money. It's the property. We're close to downtown. We're not far from downtown. Everything good. I'm just tired, Aaron. You know what I remember back in the day, the bar would be crowded, super crowded, and no place to sit.
Yeah.
People were standing around, and 2 o'clock would come around, and I didn't want to close. And God damn it, I gotta close and look at all the people I got.
Yeah.
Now, as soon as 1:30 comes around, I don't care no more. I'm tired.
I hear you.
Start putting on the lights to start getting the people out. They're hard to get out. I think they put super glue on their ass or something. They don't get out. I mean, but you take a young person like yourself, if you want to work it, that's the place. You're downtown, you're everything. But go on by tonight.
Well, let me ask you, and I will. I'm gonna do that. In fact, let me ask you this, Raymond, and I'm gonna do that. I'm serious because I'm really serious about this. How much are you looking for this? If I could buy it cash.
If you can buy it cash.
No realtor fees, no nothing. I pay all the closing costs. What were you thinking?
I think we had it up for $775. But I got my realtor. You know what I mean? She's been with me for a while. And tell you, we had a shitload of offers before COVID. Now we had a couple of people go, but they don't got the credit. But if you can come up with cash, 700 is good. I'm not calling for a lot.
Okay, understood. And do you have the how much would you say the actual business Strokers is doing net a year? Not gross, but net. Just rough numbers. I know we're just talking over the phone, and I'm gonna make you a cash offer, but just this gives me an idea because I'm taking that plus the rent and all that, and I'm just kind of looking at my investment.
Okay. I tell you what, go on by tonight. Check it out. And then what do you call it? And I'll go over and research, see what kind of my paper, see what kind of info I can give you.
Okay, got you.
I gotta go dig out my tax statements and all that other stuff to give you info like that.
I understand, and no worries. That's not a make it or break it right now. I know we're just talking right now. But I feel like I have enough information right now to see if I can if this property qualifies for what I'm looking for. I'm gonna place you on a brief hold to see if I can get a cash approval. I'm gonna be right back, Raymond.
You're gonna what?
I'm gonna place you on a brief hold to see if I can get a cash approval. I'm gonna be right back.
Okay.
1 second. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I needed to catch my bearing on that one. So basically, what it is this is a commercial property. There's multiple suites, as it were, in this commercial property where he's renting, has rented them out, and is renting some of them out. And then the main part of this property is a structure that is it's like a pool. It looks like it's like a bar, basically. I don't know how much the bar is generating, but I do know this. I currently have buyers that are looking for businesses. Okay. Now he's saying that he'd be willing. I think he's got it listed for significantly higher, but he'd be willing to let it go cash for 700. And actually, I don't think that it's listed. I think that he has it with an agent, but he's saying that it's listed, but I'm looking it up and I don't see it. But my point is, I think that if I were to get this thing at 650, we could probably move it at 700. And I'm saying that based on the revenue that it can produce just from the rental. I mean, if it's doing 5,000 on one suite, 2,000 on another one, and the business is generating, let's say another four to $7,000 in profit, in net profit a month, 700K is a steal, especially because I have buyers who are interested in this sort of thing. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna offer him 600,000 to see if he'd be willing to negotiate with me. He may tell me to kick rocks, but let's see what's up. Hey, Raymond.
Yes, sir.
Hey, so okay, brother, I have good news. I know we're just talking right now, and I'm not asking you to commit. I know you want me to go see the property, and I agree with you. I want to go see it this evening, because I want to know what it looks like, and I want to kind of lay eyes on it. But my team has approved me for this deal, just based off rough numbers, and it looks like, on this property, I mean, I'd be willing to come in at $600,000. I pay all the closing costs. We don't have to worry about realtor fees or anything like that, and we can close in 45 days or less. For an offer like that, I mean, would you even consider doing business with me?
I think it's kind of low, but let me think on it. Come on by the night. I'm gonna go over it with my wife, and then what do you call it? But I want you to see the potential or what it makes. You'll see it on a Friday night. It is like this every Friday night. And I'll be there about 8 o'clock. So anytime after 8, I'll be there all night. And to be honest with you, Earon, you probably have to park across the street because there's no parking.
Okay.
It gets that crowded. It gets super crowded.
Okay.
And gets like that Tuesdays and Wednesdays too.
Okay.
But let's just get together tonight and I'll talk to you.
Okay. Do you want me to text you? Or when I'm on my way, or do you want me to call you, or?
Yeah. Just text me, tell me, or call me when you're on your way. You got my wife. She's usually with me. She's gonna go tonight. But,
Okay.
But what do you call it? And I'll meet you down there. But I want you to see the potential. We're downtown. There's a lot of traffic. I got hurt a little bit because of there's the COVID too, and then we got over that. They did construction in front of Roosevelt, but they're done. Thank God.
Yeah.
But they tore up the whole street, and you know what? The people still win.
That's how you know you have true loyal followers, man.
Yeah, they go there. You'll see them. They're there every day. The same ones.
I love it.
Peaceful bar too.
I love it.
I'll see you tonight, anytime after 8.
Anytime after 8 will do. And then Raymond, feel free to earn my business by buying me a free drink or getting me a free drink. All right, brother. I'll see you soon.
Okay, bye-bye.
Yes, sir. Bye. Well, couple things. We just have a potential bar that we just bought, bro. Number two, I now have evening plans for tonight. We have a bar that we're going to downtown for business purposes, by the way. But how dope is that? I love this so much, man. But yeah, I bet you Q would not even be surprised if I came to the office on Monday and I was like, bro, we're buying a bar. We are now bar owners. We own a bar downtown San Antonio.
It's gonna be called Growth Bar.
It's gonna be called the Growth Bar.
You come here and you grow.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Well, that was actually really, really cool. Let me do this. Let me save this gentleman's information because I'm not gassing the dude up. Like, I'm legitimately gonna go check this out, y'all. If my numbers are right and I am looking at them clear as day. Now he did not agree to the 600,000. However, he did not tell me no. He did not tell me no. I believe I could wholesale this if I wanted to one of my buyers who buys properties with businesses, commercial properties with businesses. I believe we could sell this for 700 all day and night, twice on Sunday. So if he does accept it at 600, that's $100,000 assignment fee. Let's say I'm able to finagle him down because he dropped down to 700 when I told him cash. So I figured, okay, if we meet in the middle and I get him at 650, we can still move this and at a $50,000 assignment fee. I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at going to a bar on Friday to go hang out and meet with the bar owner, negotiate a $50,000 assignment fee, y'all. That's why I love this business, y'all. Come on, man. All right, I'm saving his information really quick.
My man Terrence said he's gonna take it. His wife's gonna say, "Honey, we won't get another offer like this. We should go with this guy."
Come on, let's go, Terrence. I like the way your energy is, Terrence. Exactly. Terrence just spelled out a whole scenario, bro. Like, I love it. I love it. Absolutely, man. I think that he's gonna take it. He's already he already spelled out his motivation. He's older. He's not excited about the business anymore. He's been working it for years. It's a staple in the city.
My guy Efren has a question. He said, "How do you come up with offers on the fly so fast?"
So Efren's question is, how do you come up with offers on the fly so fast? So there's a few ways that we underwrite. One of the ways that I underwrite is I'll look for the Zillow estimate. The Zestimate gives an average as is cost, not an ARV, but an average as is cost. Now, sometimes they'll give you a sliding scale, and based on asking them how much work it needs, I'll be on the lower end of the scale or the higher end of the scale. A lot of people would say, Earon, what do you mean you use Zillow? Isn't Zillow super inaccurate? Go to your browser and type in Zillow's margin of error in your city, San Antonio, San Francisco, Boston, whatever. And there's an entire scale that shows the percentage of margin of error. And you'll see that Zillow is one of the most accurate for as-is comps. It's one of the most accurate softwares out there, even in non-disclosure states. Now, what I do is I look for that average value, and then I'll multiply it by 60% depending on whatever that number is, and I have a sliding scale that I utilize. On day 3, on Monday of going live, I'll share it with you guys. Now, in this case, for this commercial deal, I didn't look for comps because this is a commercial property. So what I did was I took the current revenue that it's bringing in and then just did the 1% rule and said, man, at a 1% rule, I know that somebody would easily buy this property for $700,000. So that's why I made him the offer of $600,000. So commercial properties, you're going to evaluate a whole lot different. Now, I felt like I was conservative enough to be able to make that offer, but it may change contingent on being able to walk the property this evening. So I know that was in a nutshell answer to that question, but maybe on day 3, which is going to be on Monday of Calling Leads Live, I'll pull up the offer template and the offer format on the screen. That way you guys can see exactly how I'm formulating my offers on the fly so quick. But you'll notice that my script is always the same. Whenever I have the seller on the hook and I know that they're interested in offer and I have all the information that I need in order to make a decision, here's what I say. Hey, Mr. Seller, awesome. It looks like I have all the information I need in order to see if this property qualifies for what I'm looking for. I'm going to place you on a brief hold to see if I can get you a cash offer. I'm going to be right back. 9 times out of 10, 9 times out of 10, they say, okay, sounds good. And usually the 10% that say, that give any pushback is because they didn't understand what I just said, and then whenever I do, they end up saying okay. Follow the script and do it with confidence, guys. I'm just texting the seller really quick. This is Aaron, the buyer, interested.
Ryan Wilkerson said Aaron Bevan's the GOAT coach.
Ryan Wilkerson, y'all. If you don't know who Ryan Wilkerson is, he's currently in the comment section right now, and man, this guy is just phenomenal, dude. If you haven't heard of him, which many of you who follow my content, you have, this guy is he's going to be everywhere. You know what I mean? In about 7 months into the coaching program, he's generated, I want to say he's like a little less than 800K in assignment fees, in gross revenue. Guys, that's insane. I did the numbers, and I want to say that he's averaging like a little over $130,000 a month, give or take. I don't know what his numbers are, but Ryan, we do actually need to meet up. But yeah, Ryan is just absolutely slaying the game right now. All right, I'm looking for my next lead. Let's get it. All right, I'm pulling up the next lead, y'all. All right, y'all. Forgive me. I just wanted to text my guy to but look, I'm trying to. Hey, yeah. Lick you from your head to your toes. My bad, you got me over here being all inappropriate. I guarantee you there was somebody who came onto this live only for that 30-second snippet and hopped off because I'm singing Ludacris's "What's Your Fantasy." All right, on to the next call, y'all. I'm trying to lock up that commercial deal.
Hello?
Hey, Judith.
Who's calling?
This is Aaron.
Aaron who?
Aaron Bevins.
Do I know you?
We had talked some time ago, but our conversation was cut short a while back. And I was reaching out about the property on Timberwind.
What about it?
I just wanted to see if you were still interested in selling because I might be interested in buying.
Yeah, but we're not going to be able to come to an agreement, so no.
What do you mean?
I don't think you're going to want to buy it for what I'd like to sell it for. That's what I mean.
What do you want to sell it for?
$250,000.
250,000?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'll be honest with you. The reason why I'm calling is because I want to make you a cash offer right now. I don't want to waste your time. We can see if this doesn't make sense or not. Do you have just a few minutes to talk to me to see if we can even come to an agreement at all?
I have a few seconds.
Okay, cool. The property right now, are you living in it or is it vacant?
No, I'm living in it.
Oh, okay. I just didn't know if it was occupied or not. I'm about to run some numbers on it with my team to see where we would come in. what remodeling have you done to the kitchen and bathrooms in the last 5 years?
I put tile down and new tile in the bathrooms and new tile in the kitchen, on the floor and the walls.
Okay, so you've done some tidying up in there over the last few years. Awesome.
That's all.
Okay. Okay, I love it. And let's say you and I were to agree on price, and I got an approval for something you were happy with. How soon would you be ready to move forward?
I'd have to cross that bridge first and then go from there. I don't know.
Okay. Normal, and the reason why I say that, just as a reference, and I hear you, no rush, and definitely don't have to make a decision right now. Normally, whenever we go under a purchase agreement with our sellers, because we purchase properties cash, we're closing within 30 to 45 days. Um, in a best case scenario, do you feel like that would not like would that be enough time for you, or would you need more time than that?
You know, I love your questions. I haven't been house hunting. I have no place that I want to go.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you're calling me out of the blue, and then you want to know how fast can I close and leave. You know, how do I answer that question? Honestly, how do I answer that question? I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I can find something I like.
Mm-hmm. Sure. Makes sense. Makes sense. I hear you. And I mean, I'm not asking you to commit to anything. Just wanted to see kind of what your timeline was, but I completely hear you. Well, I don't want to waste your time. Like I said, let me see if this is even something that makes sense. Um, it looks like I have all the information I need in order to see if the property qualifies for what we're looking for. So Judith, I'm just going to place you on a brief hold to see if I can get a cash approval. I'm going to be right back, okay?
Okay.
Man, epitome of Karen, man. All right, so let's run numbers and let's see what our offer is on this. But here's the thing. This is personalities like this are one of the reasons why a lot of people are afraid to make calls. But guys, don't give too much, and by the way, I'm running numbers while I'm talking to you, but don't give too much mind to whenever your sellers seem to have an attitude, or whenever they seem to be, trying to throw you off kilter, because it's the intent of what they're saying that matters, not what they're saying or how they're saying it. It's the intent. And she might just be confused on why this smooth fella is on the phone with her trying to ask her certain questions, you know what I mean? So, but let's see if we're anywhere near on price. Oof. I'll be honest, like what I'm seeing right now in terms of my range, I'm looking at like 277, fam. Now, if I'm gonna be I could probably novate it. Let's say 277 minus $27,000, 250 minus my profit. I want to profit at least 20K. So I'm gonna offer her 230, and maybe Judith likes me after this, and maybe Judith spits in my face, but we will see. Hey, Judith.
Yes.
Hey, so I have good news. My team actually did approve me for a cash offer on the property. And basically what this looks like, Judith, is I'd be willing to come in, no realtor fees needed. No, I pay all the closing costs. I pay all of the fees, and we can close in 30 days or less, and I could be at $230,000 cash. And we can close. Now, let me say this. We can close in 60 days or less, but I would also be willing to work with you in terms of, I understand you haven't gone house shopping. I'm calling you out of the blue. You know what I mean? I'd be willing to work with you with a lease back if needed, and giving you as much time as necessary, as long as me and you were to approach this as a team and could communicate openly. I'd be more than happy to talk to you in regards to that, and maybe even point you in the right direction of resources that could expedite that process.
And I just installed a brand new air conditioning system, $16,000 system
Oh, wow.
in April. So that's brand new.
Oh wow. Okay. So when you say system, was it like the actual
Air
unit? You
conditioner,
bought a new
air
unit?
conditioner and air conditioner and furnace, both, and
Hmm.
new duct.
Oh wow. Okay. Okay.
It's a train.
Very nice. Okay. That may change things a little bit. Let me just run something by my team really quick, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, one moment, because I didn't know that you just updated the entire AC system. So let me just check to see if that does. But no guarantees. But one moment, okay?
Mhm.
All right. I mean, she's putting the ball back in my court by saying the AC thing. So I'm just doing a dog and pony. What's up, Sam? And basically what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come off of my price a little bit to see if she's willing to. But I'm gonna use this as a leveraging point. And what I'm gonna do is it's a strategy called or a technique, however you want to refer to it, called if I could you. If I could you. So since she's throwing the AC at me and saying, "Hey, I did update the AC," I'm gonna say, "Hey, if I could come up on price to 235, could you and I have an agreement today?"
I have a question, Aaron. So is there any more questions that you should ask regarding renovations, ACs, things like that for this kind of deal?
No, that didn't really even make that much of a difference to me because this was more of an as is thing. But she obviously is saying it because she doesn't like my price, and she's saying, well, hey, keep in mind I have a new AC. But this doesn't really even change my, the price. But those are good things to know if this was a property that needed a whole lot of work. Hey, Judith.
Yes.
Okay, so I was able to talk to my finance team, and they do love the idea of the fact that we have a new unit. And so basically, what their mindset is, hey, if we could come up to $235,000 cash, and we pay all the closing costs and make this the easiest transaction ever, could we have an agreement today?
I just feel like that's a little low with the brand new unit.
What are you suggesting? I'm kind of in the middle here because I wanna I want you to be happy with me, but I also want my finance team to be happy with me. Where would we need to be at today in order for us to move forward?
Well, with that unit being $16,000, I mean, it's been here a little bit over a month now, from April to May to now.
Mm-hmm.
So I think, and it's a really good unit with an electrostatic filter, etc. And I just had that done. Oh, and I just painted my front porch and put in new railing. I just did that last week.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been doing some updates, and there's going to be a guy next door to me. He's not living there, but he's an investor, and the one part of the fence was already replaced on that side, but he's going to do the other part, and I agreed to do it with him for $324 for my half.
Mm-hmm.
So that's supposed to get done sometime soon. So those are things that that I think needed to be done,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm getting them done already,
Mm-hmm.
just because I wanted to do them, not for any other reason.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm still saying, and what did you say you could do?
Let me see. I was literally just looking at it right now. You were originally asking for how much?
250.
Yes, and
But I
they
think
they
it was that new
originally
unit.
they originally approved me for $230,000 cash, but then I went back to them and they said, well, we could do $235,000 cash. And I know it initially sounds a little bit lower than what you were hoping for, but mind you, there would be no realtor fees, no seller's concessions, You don't have to go through all of the red tape and inconvenience of all the paperwork and stuff. It's literally cash. And it's a super easy transaction. We pay all of the escrow fees, all of that. And I would also be willing to help point you in the right direction of working with a realtor that you feel comfortable with, that and also give you enough time to be able to move out of the property, so that you're not rushed, or you're running around like a headless chicken. Like we could work all of this out together, if this was something that made sense to you.
And you're saying 235?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, I think we're a little bit off. I because of that new unit and some of the stuff I've just done and what I've just paid for in the last. I mean, I just paid it last weekend to get some of this done. If we could get closer to, more like 240, 245, then I think I would consider it, but 235.
Do I take it? Would you take it? That's $10,000.
An extra $1,000.
Oh, you asked me about the bathrooms?
Yes, ma'am.
I did put in brand new toilets. Too.
The
Forgot to mention that.
the pride in me
Forgot to update.
wants
Two
to
brand new
keep
toilets.
negotiating.
Those are $600.
I'm muted. Mm-hmm.
Forgot to mention that.
Take it.
So there's
Comment. Those of you in the comment section, should I take it? If I know, remember, I reduced down to my net sales. Net sales is $250. Net sales price. So if I accept an offer at $240, that's me making $10K, and I could possibly make more money if I save money on my fees.
She's not. I don't think she's the type to budge.
I don't mind fighting with them for you, Judith. Like I said, I'm in between two parties, right? I'm in between the people who actually have the money, and which is my finance team, and you. What's that?
Yeah.
And so
You work for them.
that's right. And so with that said, I don't want to lose a deal over a few nickels and dimes. Are you telling me that if I go back to them and I say, hey guys, Judith is not willing to go that low, but she will compromise and meet us in the middle at 240, you're saying that we could have a deal?
I think that's a possibility.
What would be the determining factor? Because if I don't want to feel like a ping pong ball. I want to go back to them with a measure of clarity. What should I go back to them with in terms of what you need in order for us to move forward?
Well, part of the problem is, you just caught me off guard.
Sure.
Number one, and I was looking for a while and thinking about moving, and then I haven't been looking at all. So I don't even know what's out there or what I could find, for that level at all.
Why even sell at all, if you don't mind me asking? Why even sell? What makes you consider selling, other than talking to me right now, of course?
I wasn't considering selling right now.
Oh, I see.
You called me.
So if you did accept my offer at 240 right now, it'd literally be because I called you and made you an offer that you liked?
Well, I don't understand your question.
Honestly,
I really don't. I mean,
I'm just trying to get to know you because
I'm at my house. My phone rings. Somebody calls and says, "Hey, I'd like to buy your house."
You sure?
And then you want to know why and everything. I'll tell you the big reason I really want to. First of all, I've lived here since 1987. That's a long time in one house. It would be nice to be in a different one.
Mm-hmm.
And the other thing is, it's a 2-story, and I would really like to go to a 1-story.
Mm-hmm.
and that's about it.
Sure.
I've been in this location. I know my neighbors. I like the location. It's a good location. It's easy to get around places. It's convenient to do a lot of stuff. Places where I go shop and whatever. So, but I would like to go to a 1-story.
That makes sense. Thank you for sharing that. Because
It would be nice to have. It would be nice to have a new house. A different house.
For
Not
sure.
brand new, maybe, but
Yeah. And would that be your forever home?
Oh, I don't ever say forever on anything.
I hear you on that. Well,
I mean, this one, when I moved to this house, no one had ever lived in it. I'm the only one that's ever owned it. And I do own it. It's paid for.
She's muted.
So it had no curtains. It had nothing.
She trying to con you, fam. Black men don't bend.
You gotta be the immovable nice guy.
When I went to bed at night, there was this horrible odor up in the master bedroom that I just couldn't even breathe. And it turned out when they hooked up the pipes in the wall in my master bedroom in the master closet, I ended up having to get a plumber, and they put peppermint extract in, and they found that there was an elbow pipe that didn't get connected.
Whoa.
So they cut into the wall, and they found that it was a sewage pipe that wasn't connected. So the sewage gases were coming out into my bedroom.
Oh my goodness.
Out, Oh yeah. And the plumber that came and took care of it, he was, and this is a while back, but he was fairly condescending, being that I was a female, and basically told me I was nuts and I didn't know what I was talking about. But it's like, I know when something stinks. And there was a coincidence that I would be doing the dishes and hitting the button to run the dishwasher and come upstairs and then have that odor. So he said, the next time you do it, call me. So I called him, and he'd been drinking and having dinner. It was a Saturday.
Yeah.
And so he came over and he says, I can't smell anything. And I said, well, you've been drinking and everything. I can smell that on you. So I finally put in the peppermint extract. You have to understand, I'm an expert witness. I testify in court daily, and I don't put up with shit.
I respect it.
They put in the peppermint extract, and they found it.
Whoa.
And it's like, I told you so. But anyway, my story being that when I moved here, I only thought I'd live here 3 years because I moved several times before I got here. And I had a 3-year balloon on this house, and, there was boxes I didn't even unpack because I figured I wasn't going to live here that long. And look at, because you're saying forever home. It's like, who knows?
Yeah. I hear you.
So it's just kind of funny when you ask that. I have
For
no
sure.
idea,
Yeah. No, I hear you.
Location is important to me just as far as getting around to where I shop and stuff. However, I work out of my home.
Nice.
So it's not like I have, and I'm self-employed, so it's not like I have to be near a particular office or something like that because I don't go into an office.
Nice.
So that gives me some leeway, I would say.
Sure. Why don't we do this, Judith, and you let me know what you think. It sounds like the biggest, it sounds like you want to sell. It sounds like if we were to agree on the 240, I pay all the closing costs, no realtor fees. It's 240 flat. You're happy with that. I think it sounds to me like the biggest contingency is we don't have a home chosen on the back end. We don't even know what's on the market right now. And so that's kind of our biggest hesitancy in determining whether or not we would move forward. Does that sound about right?
That and the 240, because I was saying 250, so yeah, that's kind of where we're at.
But what I'm saying is I'm going to go back to my finance team and ask them if we can do 240. If I get the approval at 240, are you saying if we do that, then you'd be willing to begin working with me to look for a home and go under a purchase agreement?
Before I would definitely say yes. I would need to actually get online and start looking around and to see if I see anything in that price range that I could even, that would be decent that I'd want to look at.
Got you. You want to see what's happening in the marketplace before you sign a purchase agreement, correct?
Right. And because, our wonderful president just signed all of that crap for buying homes.
Let's go, Brandon.
In the end, gosh. Did you see that he fell at the Air Force Academy?
No, I didn't see that. Did he really? They caught that on camera?
He fell yesterday. I guess it was yesterday.
Dude,
look it up online.
That's
He
so
was doing
sad,
the
dude.
graduation at the Air Force Academy, and he was walking across the stage, and there was like a little something on the floor, and he tripped over it and fell flat.
Oh no, that's not
Again.
okay, dude. That's not okay for the most
No,
powerful
it's
man.
okay. It's okay. It's okay, and I hope he might have hit his head.
Oh wow. Well,
It's probably, it's not him. You know that. It really is not him.
No, I
You
know,
see
I know.
Pictures and stuff.
yeah.
It's a guy with a mask on, and sometimes you can see the bottom of the mask in his shirt because of stuff he does. There's 3 different people that are acting as whoever they have 3 of them.
That's crazy. I almost started busting out laughing when you said that right now because that sounds so preposterous. But I don't know a whole lot about this stuff, and I wouldn't be surprised if that was the case. But that sounds crazy.
Oh, no. Well, it sounds crazy because you can't. You were raised to believe, and well, I can't speak for you. That's not a correct statement, but I was raised that the president was a pretty important person, and it's kind of weird to think that we have like a Manchurian candidate kind of person. Biden died a while back, the real guy, and all you got to do is look at his pictures. And somebody said he claimed he had plastic surgery. Well, his ears are different. Number one, his ears are not the same shape. His jawline is not the same shape. His nose
Nah,
is
but
not the same shape.
for real, y'all, this is the kind of stuff
And
that we
he
have
had
to deal with
dimples.
in the
The real guy
trenches. You
had
know what I
dimples.
mean?
This guy
So
doesn't have any dimples.
I would be very, very careful not to say anything that would argue with this lady's standpoint on politics or whatever she believes. I don't have a standpoint really. I believe in God's kingdom. I believe in God's kingdom.
It's crazy.
Huh?
And there are pictures.
I should.
And see
When
what
I
she
was
says.
growing up, we had a show on TV called Mission Impossible. It was on daily, I think. And they had a mask that people wore. And, you'd be watching, and all of a sudden, something would happen, and it would be at the end, and the guy would just reach down under his shirt, like at the collar area, and pull off this mask, and it would be somebody else. And I've seen on TV experts with the FBI and other organizations that are experts at disguise. And that's exactly what they use. And they have come up with these masks that are incredible.
Yeah.
And you cannot tell that it's a mask. Except at some point the mask has to end on your body. It doesn't end on your toes.
That's crazy. Whole body mask.
Down inside the shirt, you'll see the bottom of the mask.
That's wild.
And occasionally it's happened.
Yeah. Well.
But yeah, he fell at the Air Force Academy.
All that to say, oh man, that hurts my heart.
Oh, I know. I'm crying peanut butter tears.
Judith.
They just need to take him away and lock him up, and all the other people with him. That's coming.
Judith, I would
Anyway,
really love to, and I would love to. It sounds like we could probably make something happen at 240 as long as you have some options. Would it make sense for you if me or a member of my team came and laid eyes on the property and met with you in person? That way you could shake our hands, see that we're a real company. We sit down, we review the paperwork together. You don't have to sign it because I understand where you are, but we can kind of go over in person what our options are. Now, I'll be honest with you. Normally, we do all of these things virtually over the phone like this. But with you, we are local to San Antonio. But with you, you have a peculiar situation in that I do think that it sounds like we're agreeing on price. We've met each other in the middle. It is a fair market offer.
I think we're a little low, a little.
So we wouldn't have an agreement at 240.
You know, I wanted 250.
Oh, okay.
With the, I mean, with the new AC system and everything.
I understand. Okay, I was just because the 240, I was going based off of what you said. You said the 240 because we initially were at 230. You're initially at 250.
Well, yeah, I was at 250. So yeah. So, but again, I really have to take a look at things.
Okay, understood.
I need to take a look and I need to see what's out there. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, it's not a good time to buy a house at all. I don't think the financing's good or anything else.
No, it's a great time to buy a house because the prices have softened. The market has softened. We are never. And by the way, I don't have a crystal ball, and I'm definitely not arguing with you. But I will say, then the chief economic forecaster of the National Association of Realtors, and I can send you this article. They are projecting. They said we will never ever, our kids will never see real estate prices the way they are now. We will never see them this low again, because they're projecting that interest rates will stabilize around 5% by the end of the year, and when that happens, there is such a shortage in housing. There's such a demand pent up, but people haven't been buying because of interest rates. They say when it stabilizes around 5% by the end of the year, there's going to be a feeding frenzy unlike nothing we've ever seen before. And they're saying that it's...
What is the interest rate at now?
I want to say the interest rate right now is the average, like high 6s to 7.2.
Yeah, see, that's high.
But what? Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
What I was going to say is you're right. It's higher than, but it wasn't high. It's not as high as it was in the 80s. In the 80s, it went up to 18%. We've just been really spoiled. And I'm not saying this in a demeaning way. We've been really spoiled with modest interest rates over the last few years. We're hovering around 7%, which people are freaking out, but it's like, that's not really high. And to be honest, we're never.
My rate that I had on this house was 8.75 after I did the balloon. It was lower before the balloon.
Yeah,
that's what I ended up with.
Yeah, so you're kind of already accustomed to right now the rates are lower than that. But one thing's for sure is they're also saying we will never. Now, I don't want to say never, but in the next 30, 40 years, we're not going to see 2-3% interest rates. It's probably going to stabilize around 5 and then hover in that range. But they're projecting that once that happens, there's just going to be a feeding frenzy, and that's going to cause prices to inflate again. But I'm not persuading or dissuading you. It sounds like you still need time to make a decision, and I definitely don't want to push you. I like to do business with people who are ready to do business. I don't want to make you feel uncomfortable in any way. What I would like to do is I would love to be able to meet you in person. That way we could review the paperwork together. I could point you in the right direction of options and see if this makes sense within the next 30 to 45 days. Would that even make sense for you at all?
No, I need some time just to look around and see. I've got a friend in real estate. I could call her and talk to her and just see what she can tell me. And because I have no idea where I would go, like location or anything. And I just know I was looking not that long ago, and the houses at the price range that we're talking about, I don't like them at all.
Gotcha.
So it's like,
Okay, makes sense. Well, I really appreciate your time. This was a fun conversation. You made me laugh from my stomach a few times. Judith, when would be the best time to reach back out to you and see if you are ready to take or to consider an offer?
Is this the phone number? That's 830-200-1296. Is that your correct number?
This is my personal cell number, actually.
Okay. And your first name?
It's Earon.
Okay, that's what it says here. I'm just double checking.
Yes, ma'am. Mm-hmm.
And Earon is how you spell it.
That's right. Yes, ma'am. My family's from the Caribbean, so if there's a more complicated way to say or spell something, that's how they're gonna do it.
Well, I'm Irish, so I'm looking at more the Irish type spelling. And it's funny because when your call came up on my caller ID, my best friend's name is Evans.
Oh, nice.
Her not married name is Evans.
Her maiden name.
And when I just glanced at it, you know how your eyes play tricks on you, and I
Yeah.
just saw instead of Evans, I was thinking, who is this? But anyway, I don't know. I need a few days to think about this, and
Sure.
then, like I said, just take a look around and see if there's even anything that I could find that I would even like.
For sure. No problem at all. So, would it make sense for me to go ahead and just make a note here to follow up with you next Friday? No high pressure sales or anything like that. No commitment. Just touching base to see if you've seen anything in the market that you like and see if we even have hope.
Yeah, that's I've got your name and number. I can call you too.
I'm just saying, if I don't hear from you, I want you to know that I'm serious.
No, I know you're serious. I would really like to leave. I hate my next door neighbor. She's been there forever, and I hate her. I would love to go someplace else, but my big concern is that I'm not going to be able to find anything that I like in this price range
Sure.
that we're talking about.
Sure.
So, and right now I don't have a house payment.
Mm.
You know, I own this house, so it's kind of hard to think about going someplace and maybe, if I could find something in the price range and just be able to pay cash and say this is a deal, that would be wonderful.
Yeah.
I am suspicious that I'm not going to be able to find something for this price range that I like.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So,
well, let me do this. I've made a note. I've made notes of our conversation. I will do a preliminary search for you because I have access to the multiple listing service. And I'll do a preliminary search within this price range just to throw options out there for you. Do you have a certain zip code or a certain side of town you prefer? And I can just send some to you by Friday.
not really. I like the area where I'm at, but I've thought about going into Helotes if I could find something. That's a possibility, but no, I don't have an area or anything. I don't.
Okay.
I've been in this area in the West Side, for all these years, and I hate getting out on 1604, and the house is like on the outer part of that loop, and the traffic and everything. So I guess in a way I'd like to stay inside 1604. It would just depend on what I could find and whatever,
Good to know. Okay.
So I don't know. I mean, I really don't know.
Sure.
Because I stopped looking and I just have no idea.
For sure. Well, if I don't hear anything from you by next Friday, I will call you on Friday just to touch base, and I will also see if I can have some options for you, and then we can go from there.
Okay.
But Judith, it's been such a pleasure talking to you. Thank you. Is this your cell phone? Can I text you here so you know who's calling you on Friday?
I don't know what number you dialed. What's the first couple of digits?
684.
Okay, no, that's my home phone.
What's
it's on call forward to my cell phone. So let me just give you my cell phone.
Okay, awesome. I'm ready when you are.
Okay, 210 380 4749. 380-4749.
Okay, beautiful. I have it.
Like I said, I'm self-employed, so I have call forwarding on my landline because I have to have a landline to testify. And so I always have it on call forward when I don't have any cases today. So so I
Love
have
it.
the day off. But so that's why it's on call forward.
Got you. Well, Judith, it's been such a pleasure talking with you. I really hope we can do business if it makes sense, of course. I'll touch base with you on Friday. I'll send a text to your cell phone. That way you can plug my information in. And you have a blessed weekend and rest of the week.
Alrighty, you take care.
Yes, ma'am. Bye.
Stay away from Brandon.
You too, my friend.
Okay.
Bye. Holy smokes.
That was cool. I feel like she would have done it if like I don't know, like the half point of the conversation when she first said it. I feel like she would have taken it.
You think so?
I think so, low key. But I mean, you're
Okay,
you're
so-
a good salesman. Now you know what you're doing.
Well, okay, so guys, those of you who are in the audience right now, Trey, who's on our production team, is saying if I would have gone for the close sooner in the call, I might have been able to lock it up. He might be right. I think it's easy to talk about what you could have done from the bench. You know what I'm saying? No, I'm playing. But no, you might be right. You might be, because I did do the dog and pony a little bit. I did the dog and pony. I did extend it out. I don't know if she would have, because I think that her real reason why she's not moving forward with the purchase agreement is because she doesn't have a place. She doesn't have anywhere to go. So even though I made a part of my value proposition was, I'll give you the 240. I think we're good at the 240. I think that she will do that with us. But I think her biggest thing is, she needs to find a place. She needs to know if there's even options out there.
I have
And
another question for you.
yeah, that's
So, and it's a serious question.
Yeah.
And in my head, listening to that whole exchange was super cool, by the way.
Mhm.
If you were able to offer more like aid aside from giving her pointing her in the direction of a real estate agent, if you were able to offer her like, even a moving company,
Yeah.
or you already got all the closing fees. If you were able to offer more,
Mhm.
would that have given you more of an advantage?
You know what? So Trey's asking a good question. I don't know if what he asked is being picked up on the mic, but he said, if I was able to, so it was picked up. So basically what he's saying, y'all, is if I was able to offer more aid, do you think that it would sway the vote one way or the other? And the answer is yes, absolutely. I feel like I had already given away so much equity though. Like I went from 20 to 15, then to 10,000. Yes, I could have also offered her to pay for her moving expenses, which comes out to like $500 to $750 for a U-Haul back and forth for an entire day. You know what I mean? I could have offered her more value. You know what I mean? But I didn't want to give away any more equity, to be real. And I was at a point where I felt like, okay, I feel like I've built up enough rapport. I'm not going to lock up this deal. I'm not going to give away any more equity. I'm not going to pay for any more stuff. I feel like I can solve the problem by following up with her, giving her enough time, and then doing some research and coming to her with options saying, hey, is there anything in the spectrum of availability? Is there anything available in the spectrum of real estate that you would even consider right now for us to say, hey, let's move forward with the purchase agreement? That's the value that I'm going to bring. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that's actually a really, really good question though, because I'm always preaching like leverage anything that you can do to get the deal to lock it up. You know what I mean? I do feel really, really annoyed that I didn't lock up that deal though. I'm not gonna lie. You know what I mean? Because it was like a fish that you're fighting for, and then you end up, you're trying to reel them in, and then they end up getting cut loose. You never know though.
I feel like for me, the biggest takeaway from that was how she went from being slightly annoyed to y'all being friends and even gossiping a little bit.
Yeah.
That was really cool. Just because that is the biggest thing in real estate. I feel like is the relationship, not even the numbers or the who has the advantage or whatever. Like you can still make a crazy offer, but you're understanding each other.
Yep.
That's like the biggest thing that makes them your friend. It's like, okay, you know what? If I do sell my house, I'm going to sell to this person rather than this guy who didn't really say much or didn't really relate much.
Yeah, bro. I always say this: negotiations are uncomfortable for everybody. There's nobody who's like, oh, I love the good negotiation. And it's like, they might be good at it, but negotiations are uncomfortable. You know what I'm saying? So my philosophy is, better it is to do it than with somebody you like. You know what I'm saying? So that's the power of rapport and all of that fun stuff. And I think there's two things that win deals. Other than speed and knowing your numbers and all that, there's two intangibles that win deals. And it's number one, it's likability. Because people want to do all things equal, people want to do business with people they like and trust. If all things were equal, if everything was the same and me and you looked the same and there were no biases, there was no such thing as prejudices, and there was no other variables to take into consideration, if all things are equal, the people are going to choose to do business with people they like and trust. So likability. And then the next thing is certainty. You know what I mean? Like whenever I put her on hold, I put her on hold with certainty. When I came back with the offer, I came back with certainty. Even when she was bucking against the questions, she kept saying, I don't understand your questions, you know, but I asked them with certainty and she started answering them. She didn't like it, but she definitely followed the lead. You know what I mean? So I think likability and certainty are the two intangibles that win over deals. You know what I mean? So good takeaways. All right. With that said, y'all, this is day 2. Normally, moving forward, we're going to be a lot more structured. We're going to be pulling up things on screen. We're going to be a lot more engaged with you guys. But this is only day 2 of our 30-day challenge. Our objective is to generate 6 figures in closed and funded revenue, and at least projected revenue in 30 days or less. And the principle behind this, or the premise behind this series, y'all, is if we lost everything, how fast would it take us in order to become 6-figure earners again? And the fact of the matter is, I think I can do it in 30 days. I've done it before. We'll do it again. And so we're excited to have you guys tuned in. With that said, I know a lot of you guys have heard about our community that's ever growing and expanding, and our one-on-one mentorship that we're doing right now. We set out at the beginning of the year with the mission to help 100 wholesalers hit 6 figures or more in 12 months or less. It is currently June 2nd. We're a little bit behind. I'm not going to lie. But up in, year to date, we've helped 25 people hit 6 figures. By the way, let's run numbers on that. 6 figures is a minimum of $100,000 times 25. That's a minimum of $2.5 million that we've put into the pockets of new wholesalers. Mind you, it's way more than that because Ryan Wilkerson alone, his first 6 months, 7 months in the coaching, he's currently at $800,000. He alone is doing $130,000 a month. So if you're interested in being a part of the most radical, the most forward-thinking community and coaching program in the game, then I want you to go to the pinned link in the Facebook comment section and click a strategy session. Do a strategy session or schedule a strategy session with me, and it's completely free. The strategy sessions normally last about 20 to 30 minutes, and the whole purpose is for me to offer you strategy and instruction and to break down your business. And what it looks like is I'm going to ask you questions about what you got going on in business, your goals, your vision. We're going to talk about what resources you have access to. And then if it sounds like we're a good fit and if it sounds like I can help, then I'm going to explain what we have to offer and what that looks like and everything. And you can decide at the end if you want to be a part of it. There's never a hard sell. You're never going to feel awkward if you don't want to be a part of what we got going on. But at the very least, you will get a massively instructional strategy session with me. I don't delegate this. I have multiple businesses that I work in. I have multiple businesses that I own, but I only have one business that I work in, and that's this business, my education business, because it's my passion. So you will be talking with me, myself, and if not me, it'll be with Quentin Flores himself. And so schedule a strategy session with me. I'm really excited to be able to make that happen and be able to meet with you guys in person on a FaceTime. So with that said, y'all, until next time, I'll see you guys on Monday where we'll continue with day 3 of our 6 figures in 30-day challenge. Let's get it. Booyaka, booyaka. Can I get a